and grew up about a block from St. Anthony's. After graduating from Villanova, he received a PhD in chemistry from Penn State in 1961 and immediately joined Mobil Oil Corporation. After a series of assignments at Paulsboro, New York City, and Princeton, in 1989 he was appointed Vice President of Mobil Research and Development Corporation and General Manager of Mobil's Corporate Environmental Health and Safety Department. He retired from that position in 1996. Please join me in giving him a warm welcome, Doc Sylvester.
And the role played in that history by the Pan-American Mutual Aid Society like St. Anthony's. St. Anthony's, I'm going to say very little about. For a couple of reasons. One, like someone said, a picture is worth 1,000 words. The video montage put together by Carmen and Kay tells that part of the story much more eloquently than I do. Also, if you look at your program, you see there's a very nice write-up about the founding and early history of St. Anthony's. If you haven't looked at it yet, I recommend you read it. Not now. Everyone knows who the first Italian immigrant was. For someone who didn't know where he was going, didn't know where he was when he got here, he lived all on borrowed money, and then didn't stay after he arrived. Columbus certainly had a major impact on human history. In the roughly 380 years, in the roughly 380 years after Columbus, there was very little immigration from the Italian peninsula to the United States. And what there was came largely from the northern provinces and consisted of educated professionals, musicians, horticulturists, skilled craftsmen, like glass blowers and stonemasons. But the numbers were insignificant. In 1870, there were only 10,000 Italian Americans living in the United States. And then came 1880, and the dam burst. Over the next 40 to 45 years, from 1880 to the mid-1920s, about 4 million Italians came to the United States, one of the largest voluntary movements of the people in history, and I expect many of us in this room are a product of that migration.
Amen.
Now, in addition to the vast difference in numbers between those who came over before 1870 and those who came over after 1880, there were two other differences. Before 1870, largely from the northern provinces. After 1880, almost predominantly from the provinces south of Rome, Abruzzi, Sicily, Calabria, Naples, and so on. More significantly, the education level was much lower, with an illiteracy rate of about 50%. We did pretty well with it. Why did it come? A couple of reasons. One, the agricultural economy in southern Italy had gone pretty well bust due to crop disease, due to high taxes by the central government, due to protectionist tariffs by some of Italy's principal customers. But in the United States at the time, there were a lot of openings for farm workers and for low-skilled manual laborers generally. Obviously, with the advent of automation, that's changed significantly. So those kind of opportunities are really rather minimal for today's immigrants. A second reason it came is technological. The development of the steamship, which reduced transatlantic travel time from something like 30 days to 10 days. That sounds like a ridiculous number compared to today's 9-hour airplane flight, but in those days, it was a major improvement. Another difference between then and now is almost all those immigrants came in legally. argue that it's a little harder to swim across the Atlantic Ocean than it is to walk across the southern border. But the majority came through Ellis Island, where they signed the guest book. However, with an illiteracy rate of 50%, that signature was often just a simple X. Now, Ellis Island was a very busy place in those days. Between the noise and the accent, there were a lot of screw-ups on names. One that I'm very familiar with is you could enter with the name Silvestri and exit with the name Sylvester. Or you could enter with the name Greco and exit with the name Cracker. So let me tell you about the most unusual Ellis Island name change I ever ran across. I was doing a tour of duty at Mobil's corporate headquarters in New York. We were living in the Yardley, Pennsylvania area at the time, across the river from Trenton. I would take the train from Trenton to Manhattan every day and usually take the subway from Penn Station over to 42nd and Lex, where the Mobile building was located. Occasionally, if the weather was nice, I would walk across town, usually on 42nd Street. Well, one day I decided to take 37th. As I'm walking down the street, I look up and I see this storefront. It says, Giovanni Barker, Chinese Laundry. I said, well, that's a strange occupation for an Italian named Chinese Laundry. I have several friends named Barker, but they're all barbers. So curiosity got the better of me. So let me go in and see if this guy's related to the Barkers I know. So I go in, there's a very stately Chinese gentleman standing behind the counter. I said, excuse me, is Giovanni Barker here? He says, I'm Giovanni Barker. I said, you're obviously Chinese. How did you get a very Italian name like Giovanni Barker? He says, Ellis Island. Very busy day. I come through a short stay. Registrar working my line exhausted. He worked on the gentleman in front of me for 10 minutes filling out paperwork. Finally, he says, all right, sir, you're finished. You can move along. And welcome to the United States, Giovanni Barker. Finally, he turned to me and he said, all right, sir, what's your name? And I say, Sam Ting. Immigration from Italy to the United States pretty well dried up for 20 years. A couple of reasons, several reasons actually. Some restrictive legislation in the United States. Mussolini had come to power in Italy, and at least in my opinion, made things better for a while. But the two big reasons were the Great Depression in the United States, which killed the job market, not just for immigrants, but with 35% unemployment rate for a lot of Native Americans. Second big reason, World War II. Now, in the 40-year period after World War II, there was another mini spurt in immigration with about 500,000 coming over. Significant number, but only about 10 to 15% of those that came over at the turn of the century, at the turn of the 20th century. Now, before I go back and talk a little bit about the problems these new Americans had, let me mention one name who I think history will judge not as the most famous, but as the most consequential Italian immigrant of the 20th century. There was a new biography published about him a little over a year ago, entitled The Last Man Who Knew Everything, The Life and Times of Enrico Fermi, Father of the Nuclear Age. When Fermi was a 37-year-old professor of physics at the University of Rome, he was awarded the 1938 Nobel Prize in Physics. And he and his wife and kids went from Rome to Stockholm for the award ceremony. And then Fermi had agreed to a 1 or 2 year gig as visiting professor of physics at Columbia in New York City. So the family went directly from Sweden to the United States. While Fermi was doing his thing in Columbia, World War II broke out. And for several reasons, the most prominent one probably being that Fermi's wife, Laura Capone, was an Italian Jew. Fermi asked for permission to stay in the United States. Now, given that one, he was one of the world's preeminent nuclear physicists, and two, as we know more now, Nazi Germany had a project to try to build a nuclear weapon. Allowing Fermi to stay had to be one of the biggest no-brainers of the 20th century. The rest was history. Fermi left London, went to work for the Manhattan Project, and played and many scientists played the key role in the development of the atomic bomb and ended the war against Japan without the necessity of invading the Japanese mainland, probably saving the lives of 1 million or maybe 500,000 American boys. Now, not too many years from now, very few people are going to remember the 20th century's real-life versions of Marlon Brando's fictional character, The Godfather, Don Vito Corleone. But let me assure you, every kid who takes high school or certainly college physics will know who Enrico Fermi was. Okay, let's go back to the late 1800s and talk about the problems these new Italians had. These new Italians, if they had a problem, financial or otherwise, who could they turn to? Well, how about other relatives? The problem was they were the first, or at least among the first of their family to come over. They did not have a family support structure in place. How about the government? You got me kidding, 1880? It was long before the socialist type programs, like welfare or food stamps, that didn't start to come in until the 1930s in the administration of Franklin Roosevelt. Well, most of these Italians were Catholic. How about the Catholic Church? Well, indeed, the majority of them were Catholic in their belief systems, but for a couple of reasons, many of them were not that fond, at least initially, of the institutional Catholic Church. One reason had to do with Italian history. As many of you probably know, Italy was not a unified country for centuries, probably dating back to the fall of the Roman Empire. Part of southern Italy was occupied and controlled by the Spanish. The Austrians had a foothold in northern Italy. There were a number of independent city-states, like Venice was a prominent one, and of course the popes had control of the papal states, comprising a substantial portion of central Italy. And sometime around the 1850s, a guy named Giuseppe Garibaldi came along. He got together with Victor Emmanuel, the Duke of Savoy. They raised the Revolutionary Army, and they did what they had to do militarily to unify Italy for the first time in centuries, getting Italy back to the Italian people in the form of a constitutional monarchy. And the Pope strongly opposed unification, which did not endear the church to many ordinary Italians. And then when some of those Italians decided to come to the United States, we found that the American Catholic Church was really an Irish Catholic Church. Hey, not surprising, because the great wave of Irish immigration to the United States took place about 40 years before the Italian wave of the 1840 potato famine in Ireland. Now, if you're Catholic, in my opinion, I think we owe the Irish a debt of gratitude for pioneering the large-scale growth of the Catholic Church in the United States.
Party Stone!
There were cultural differences between the two groups. For example, I've read that the Irish thought this Italian custom of taking their favorite statue of their favorite saint messengers, ours back there, putting it on a float, bringing it around town with a couple of bands and pinning numbers of the statue was at best overly demonstrative and at worst reminiscent of pagan festivals. But we eventually worked out our differences, especially after we started marrying each other. It did take a while. Okay. So these two Italian Americans did not have an established family structure. They didn't have government programs, and at least for a while they didn't feel at home in their church. So the Mutual Aid Society really became the major support groups for these two Americans. Now, the first Italian-American Mutual Aid Society I could find actually went back to 1825. Now, as you might expect in New York City, and simply called the Italian Beneficial Society. But after the 1880 surge, the number of these organizations really grew. 1912, 7 years before St. Anthony was founded, there were about 260 in New York City, about 200 in Chicago. Now, many of these organizations were organized differently. Some were trade specific. There would be a mutual aid society for shoemakers, one for barbers, and so on. Or some were region specific. If your ancestry was from Sicily, you had your own mutual aid society. From Naples, you had your own, and so forth. In 1910, the city of Springfield, Massachusetts, only had 3,000 Italian Americans, but they had 12 different mutual aid societies. Hardly seemed very efficient. But regardless of how they were organized, they all had the same objectives. One, to provide financial aid in case of financial distress, and two, to serve as a focus for social activities. And then, as you read in the book, October 8, 1912, 5 men named, I'll get this straight, Willow, Iadago, and Dave, correctly, got together and on October the 8th executed a New Jersey certificate of incorporation establishing the St. Anthony Mutual Aid Society of Glasgow. To paraphrase the beneficial objectives, they were one, to provide financial support to members who were ill and unable to work, two, to provide financial support to help cover final expenses for deceased members, and three, to provide financial help to widows and orphans of deceased members. Well, lots changed in 100 years. There are a number of factors, including our hard work, native intelligence, and their formal education. Most of us don't need mutual aid society the same way our parents or grandparents might have. But organizations such as ours are still useful. They're one, as a focus of social activities, and if nothing else, to remind us of our ancestral connection to the country that gave the world the poetry of Dante, the artistry of Michelangelo and Da Vinci, the science of Galileo and the aforementioned Fermi.
Thank you, Don. That was great. Anybody ready to go? It is truly interesting to listen to that. There's a lot of good books out there. If everybody's interested, you should open up. It was really interesting to see. We have one. We have one more guest speaker to come up, but before I bring him up, I just want to say a couple of words. First, I want to thank our DJ and our entertainment here, Greg and Danielle, for coming out. I want to thank, and I'm going to do this, and I'm not going to do it individually because I was told not to, so I'm not going to do that. I follow orders. But I want to thank the committee. The committee that was put together to put this event on worked tirelessly, and not just the individual members, but as I said earlier, the family members back home who all got involved. But it was a monumental effort to really take it on and do it. But there is one person that I do want to single out. Because, as I said earlier, you put a lot of tangs in the room, it's hard to get anything done. And you need somebody to chair it, to focus it, to move it along, and keep everybody honest, honestly, to keep everybody honest. And Carmen Mitchell is the one that did that. Carmen. So, before I give it to Carmen, you're the last thing between us and having a real good time.
No. Everybody told me I talk a lot. My father, Tom Gallia, told me I talk a lot. But tonight, I have an assistant. And I did this because I only want to spend 2 minutes up here. 2 minutes. That's it. I was going to ask George Anastasia, I was going to ask you to be my Vanna White. You're too short. I was going to ask John Giannini, too tall. So I got the widest guy in the room, Anthony DiFrancisco. All right, he's got a couple cue cards. This will make it quick. The first thing you should need to know is in 1919, a priest named Father Scully, he was the one that came to these Italian guys that started it, and it's in your program, their founders are in your program. He said to them, you're coming from America, you heard what Doc Silvestri said, you're coming to America, you need to have a padrone. You need to have somebody that protects you and does things for you, and that was about faith. We had faith 100 years ago, hopefully 100 years from now we'll have faith as well. The second thing we had was family. Okay, I know I'm third generation. My grandfather was one of the founding members. If you have a family member, Joe Alacqua, sitting at our table, the first person on the death board is an Alacqua. Except it's spelled with an I, not an A. So you know it's the same family. The third thing you have is food. The antipasta tonight was amazing. The people at Masso's have been amazing. Tom Guy has been amazing. People have been amazing working out here. We wanted to have food that you would understand and love. So you're starting out with the salad at your table, you have a little soup, a little pasta, and then your main course. Then we're going to have limoncello for anybody who wants it at the end. Fraternity. This is the part that's the hardest of all. We're brothers. We have arguments all the time. There are people in this room that I've had arguments with for the last 48 years that I've been a member of St. Anthony's. They know it, I know it, I love them, we fight for it, we do it all, right? But in the end, we do stuff that we did for Rocky Desiderio. We did stuff years ago for ADO when they were in trouble. When people are in trouble, we come together. Number one priority. The final thing is future. In this room tonight, we have 21-year-olds and we have 102-year-olds. 21, 102. Doc Silvestri, when he joined me, was 16 years old. Okay? 16 years old. So there are people in this room, Joe Serino, joined when they were 16 years old. Can't do that today because of ABC rules. But the future is among those of you below 50. We need you to keep this tradition alive. We hope you keep the tradition alive. And I'd like you all now to stand up and do a toast to St. Anthony's Society of Glassboro, one of the #1 societies in the United States. Cheers. God bless you all. Good health to all. We love you all. Amen. Michael Capelli.
Everybody, I want to thank everybody for their attendance to the short program. And now let's let down our hair a little bit and have some fun, all right? Let's show them why we're here